Hello and welcome to Talk of the Traitors.
Talk of the Traitors, a mini-series from Talk of the Townsends, where we talk about the latest series of the Traitors, but you know that by now. I'm Benedict Townsend.
And I'm Hannah Townsend, and today is a special bonus episode.
Bonus!
Oh my goodness.
What did you think of that? That was a noise I just made.
I just like that.
So on this episode, a little tease ahead, we are going to be talking about what it takes to get on the Traitors and shows like that. We're also, more importantly, going to be looking at Hannah's audition tape for said Traitors.
Yeah, for this series of the Traitors. Spoiler alert, I didn't get picked.
Yes, so if anything, this is sort of a what not to do type advice session.
Let's kick off by talking about getting selected and the selection process for these shows, because I think times have changed, all right?
Yes.
Shows aren't what they used to be. I think in the past, everyone kind of selected for a show. To go on a show would be through the kind of normal process. You apply, you go through an audition process, and then you get selected.
Yeah, back in the day, you'd write a letter, mail it to the one building where TV was made, and they just randomly pick you.
Exactly. But these days, I will say a lot of people do get scouted for TV shows. I was speaking to someone who was on The Big Brother, and we were talking about the audition process, and I was told that a lot of them were found and scouted. It's more just like, have you ever thought of applying for this?
Were they found specifically from like social media?
Yes.
So were they influencers, or were they just people who had posted online? Because kind of everyone posts online now.
Kind of everyone posts online. I think this person had a couple of big videos.
Right.
Because I think they want that sweet spot these days. They obviously don't want you to be like a huge famous influencer.
Yeah.
If you can make videos and if you can talk to a camera and you are entertaining, the chances are you are going to possibly be better TV. I think that's the logic behind things, right?
Definitely. There's a lot of controversy online about whether you should have influencers or social media people on shows like The Traitors, on like reality TV. And I think people are very anti the idea of like influencers. But I think it's a little bit more complicated than that, because these days, kind of everyone is a bit of an influencer in their own way. Like everyone posts, most people post videos or pictures. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a set line anymore. It's a bit more blurred.
Right.
And the problem is, I understand what people are saying of like, I don't want to watch Traitors and see Charlie D'Amelio or whatever. But unfortunately, people who build up a following online are often, not always, are often engaging on camera, know how to be on camera.
Comfortable on camera.
Know how to say the right things that the show might need. Like, oh my God, we're in a forest. Sometimes you just need someone to say that for the edit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like non-influencers can't do this, but like if you're wondering why production companies lean towards influencer types these days, sprinkle them in. It's just like, because sometimes if you just pick a random person off the street, sometimes you hit absolute gold.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't, and that person is kind of boring.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a risk to take when you've got a really expensive, very popular show.
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it? Because I think spinning the Wheel of Fortune is more fun if you do find someone who is just not a person who posts. You know, I think about Amy from I Kissed a Girl.
Yeah.
She was gold. She was made to be in the spotlight. She was the most entertaining, charismatic, wonderful human. They just struck gold with her, and she wasn't someone who was posting on social media at all. And that is a lot more fun, finding her, this gem.
Yes.
Rather than going for someone, we saw the girls, one of the sisters, Maya had quite a big social media following.
Or you go back to the previous season, you had the magician who had a following. His girlfriend also had a following.
Yes.
But, I do think there's value for them in like, not making everyone an influencer, but sprinkling some of those people in.
Yes. So at least you're banking, at least you've got a bank that hopefully they will be good television if the other ones you select are less loud in the way that you need them to be when you need them to be on the show.
Exactly. I mean, again, though, it's not guaranteed. Like the influencers might be crap.
Yes,
they might be really annoying. They almost certainly will be really annoying.
Yeah.
But it's just a guarantee of like, if I stick a camera in front of them and say, can you just describe that challenge to me? They'll be able to do it in a bit of a media trained way.
Exactly. I mean, I think with Love Island, I can't speak for Love Island, so don't sue me on this, but I think pretty much all of them are found these days on the, not the celebrity seasons, but the just kind of normal seasons. They've all got huge social media followings before they come in. I think with the Traitors, they do try and look for more kind of everyday people whose focus isn't social media. I think that they understand the joy of us meeting someone like Alexander.
Exactly.
Who's not there to kind of, I mean, maybe he is behind, I don't know what his motive is, but is not someone who has content first and foremost. I mean, Alex from the Traitors has a private Instagram.
Yeah.
So Benedict and I have been contacted to be on a few TV shows over the years. People just, reach out about different things. I think it's a mass outreach. I think we've spoken before about Your Mum, My Dad, which God bless the person who reached out to me with trying to cast that, because that is so hard. He was like, would you be interested in being on Your Mum, My Dad, which is the show where so a child and their parent is looking to date in kind of obviously later in life. And they go through like a dating process, kind of helping each other find someone.
It's so specific though, because you need people with single parents who are willing to date and willing to be on TV. And also you want to be on TV. Like, I don't know how they get people for that show. No wonder they were seemingly asking anyone. They didn't even ask you, are your parents single? They just opened with, do you want to be on this?
Do you want to be on this
and
show?
And are you good at lying?
Yeah, exactly. Why lying?
Because your parents might not be single.
Oh, right.
Spoiler alert, we have actually never been on any of these shows.
We've never been on a TV show.
But the dragnet, because it must be so hard to find people.
You just got to reach out. We were also in the audition process for another show, which I won't name just because maybe at some point in the future we would go on it. Who knows?
It's a cool show to be on.
It was a cool show to be on. I mean, reality TV, Benedict and I would be incredibly particular about what we would and wouldn't go on.
Yeah.
Some shows require, in order to be entertainment value, a villain.
Yes.
And someone that they are a golden girl, if you will. And I think I'm pretty sure we would heavily stay away from anything like that. An example of that is obviously like a Love Island. Like they've
been begging me to get to that island.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't go on Love Island for a number of reasons. Number one, that we're married. And that is a show that I think requires a narrative where some people are going to be really liked by the public and some people are going to be completely hated.
Yeah, I mean, you do yourself favors. I think if you go into Love Island and you're the nicest person in the world, it's quite hard for them to stitch you up, but you never really know on the edit. But this particular show that came to us. I think part of the appeal, again, I don't think it's like we're super special. I think the main thing is that we are a couple who both do influencer stuff.
Yes.
That's probably appealing to them because it's like a 2-for-1 deal. They came to us. It was a weird one because they came to us and they were quite keen for us to be on this show. They needed to cast someone. They were getting down to the wire.
Yes.
And they kind of led us down this path of like, you're going to be on this show.
Yeah.
And then we sent in auditions and then we never heard from them again. And it was so weird because it was like, you came to us.
You wanted us.
Yeah, you like scouted us, came to us. I mean, I don't know what we said in those auditions. We must have really scared them away.
We must have effed up.
But they didn't even like message us just to say, hey, sorry, it's not going to be you this time. They ghosted us.
So
it was bizarre.
I don't want to call people out, but there was a call to Benedict's phone, okay, from this production agent, because when you get scouted, you almost have someone who like coaches you through the process. So you would have someone saying, you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to get on this, basically, or just trying to kind of help you with the application to get things done in time, whatever. We did all of this. There was a call to Benedict, okay?
We were walking home. We'd been on a trip. We had luggage. We were doing a long walk home. I got a call from the person. I missed that call. I missed that call by about, 15 minutes?
I think it was a couple of hours late.
No, it wasn't a couple of hours. It was like half an hour at max.
Right.
And I immediately called them back, no reply. I immediately texted them, no reply. And I have still never heard back from that person to this day, which is a kind of insane system of like, if you miss this one call...
you're done.
I mean, I kind of assume it was a call to say you're not on the show.
Do you think? Yeah, but if you'd follow up via email, I was messaging this person and I was saying, hi, really sorry we missed your call. Like, we've been in constant email contact with this person. I was like, really sorry we missed your call. Like, we're about, if you want to call us down. And she just never called back.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't want to sound entitled, but like, you came to us.
Yeah. You also, they required a lot from us.
They did.
Very quick time. Like a very quick turnaround. You know, you start to think, was it a ruse?
Well, we should talk about some of the stuff they told us. Like, the one thing, I think we've touched on this in previous episodes, but the one thing they said is, think of something really good. This was a show that had a big prize pot. And they said, think of something really good you're going to spend the money on.
Yeah.
Because they say, everyone says a holiday. Everyone says they want to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know, everyone says they want to go traveling.
Yeah, it's got to be original.
Which is why if you look at Traitors, it's like, you know, Alexander wants to donate to that amazing camp, amazing. You know, multiple of them want to do IVF, amazing. Joe, perplexingly, is the only one who's like, maybe I'll go on a holiday.
Yeah.
I don't really know how he slipped through the net with that one because it's not a very, no offense, it's not the most inspiring story.
And here's the thing, even when I was watching all the reasons, I was thinking probably a few of them do want a deposit on a house.
Yeah.
And another thing, because
Sure.
like you just have to have something that like if we had watched that dinner party scene where everyone had said they would love a down payment for a house, that's not great telly.
No. Even though that's like what 99.9% of people would use money for these days. You know, I'd put the heating on a bit. That's my grand reward if I won the money, you know. So I think, what did we say? I think we said some kind of like, we want to do like a road trip or something.
I can't remember. Maybe we should do another bonus episode where we try and scrub out the name and watch that. Again, this was probably over a year. This was over a year ago, I would say.
There's no way we can, it's such a specific show. There's no way that we can release any of that footage without it being immediately obvious.
Okay. Well,
It was I'm a Celebrity, get me out of it. No, I'm
No,
joking.
it wasn't.
No, I'm joking. I have to say, maybe I'll eat my words. Even if I were a celebrity, and in many ways I'm not, I think I'd really struggle. If I got the call saying, do you want to be I'm a celeb? And I had to eat all those bugs and do all that spider stuff, I think I'd find that hard.
I think I'd flourish.
Do you think you'd flourish?
I think I'd love it.
You're a bit more hardcore than me.
I am.
But then again, do you get a lot of money to be on I'm a Celeb?
I don't think you win anything. I think it's money for a charity, isn't it?
But you get a fee for appearing, I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are so right. You do get a fee because they all get wildly different fees. Because there was someone who went in, was it Gemma Collins who went in? And I don't know whether she got her fee, but Gemma Collins asked the doctor guy, she was like, can I have a Diet Coke on like day 2? And he was like, no. And she was like, I've got to go. And she left.
Are they barred from leaving now? Do they have to stay?
You can't bar someone from leaving. I think you have to see out your contract. So you have to see it through in order to get the money.
Yes,
if I left early, not on medical grounds, just wanting a Diet Coke, unfortunately, doesn't count as medical grounds, although I'm sure some people would argue it did. So I think...
Because Colleen Rooney in this latest one, she got like 1 million, and she got the record. I think she got like whatever the record amount is.
Oh, interesting. So let's talk about my audition tape. So I sent this tape in. It was like the last week of entries in February 2024. So
Cast your mind back.
Literally nearly a year ago, I recorded this tape. We'd been away and I came back. I looked terrible in this video. Like, in terms of someone who quite likes to get dressed up and dolled up,
Yeah.
I clearly hadn't washed my hair. The angle of this camera is shocking. What do you think I say in this video?
I'm trying to remember. I actually know very little about this. I'm trying to remember what you told me about the application process. I think I even possibly looked at the form myself. Don't you have to like name a time you lied or something? You have to like tell a time you did an exciting...
Maybe you do.
I think you have to tell a time you did like an exciting lie. And then aside from that, I guess you just have to stand out in some way.
What do you think the time I lied was? I can't remember at all.
I think the idea I had for mine is probably something everyone does, where you tell a story and then you go, by the way, that thing I just told, that was all a lie. That was the lie. Or you know what I mean? Or something like that.
I didn't do that. I don't think that's obvious.
Well, you're not on the show. So you should have. I don't know what you're going to say. I'm quite intrigued. Do you remember anything?
I don't remember it. I guess I'm going to be bubbly, introduce myself with me and my greasy hair are going to introduce myself. And then I'm just going to say, a reason why I would be good TV.
Yeah.
Maybe I say I make videos, I make content, so I'm really comfortable talking to camera. With camera.
With camera. I'm with camera.
I'm with camera.
I am with camera.
I have purse. So maybe I say something like that, and then I guess it's going to be some sort of story. I recently convinced people
that I was Welsh.
Yeah, no, I'm guessing it's something like that.
Now, obviously, we're going to play the audio from this tape for our beloved podcast listeners. You'll just have to imagine the grease, I'm afraid. But imagine a slick lady, and we're going to get the iPad,
Slick Rick,
and we're going to live react to this as we watch it.
Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Hannah Townsend. I am 30 years old and I live in London, and this is my video application for The Traitors. I am a huge Traitors fan. I have watched every series from every country that has produced a series of The Traitors, and I think the UK
Hannah is visibly cringing.
in desperate need for some really strong female traitors. Not that we haven't had.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Ahead of the game.
I'm fake Welsh. No, I'm real Welsh.
You're real Welsh.
I'm real Welsh. I'm Ellen.
Strong female traitors.
Strong female traitors. That was such a good line.
That was a great line. Do you think they took that from you? They said, she's not right for the show, but we'll take that idea.
We can't. That girl with her greasy hair is not allowed on, but we'll give it to someone else.
What did that old greasy spoon say?
I'm so impressed with myself that I said that.
Yeah, well, I mean, after that, it's like the olden times comment from Claudia. We were in desperate need. Right, let's keep playing.
We haven't had it, but some kind of young, sus scheming, your Pauls, your Harrys, a girl with a game plan. And I feel like I could be that. I know I work good under pressure. I know I look like I've just come from surgery. I actually haven't. I work...
Hannah is wearing a blue kind of smock thing that I will say really, really does look like Scrubs. I love that you felt the need to call that out.
Would you believe it when I said this was the first take?
I would believe it,
Would
yes.
you?
No, I think you're quite polished. I don't know why you needed to point out that you're wearing the surgeons.
I don't know. I think maybe I felt a bit nervous, so I just said it.
But maybe you could have used that. Like, maybe you could be like...
I'm not really a doctor.
Yeah, or like a doctor by day who murders by night. Like Dr. Harold Shipman.
I work good under pressure. I'm a good liar. I love a game plan. My family and I have been playing games since... like whenever they audition for the X Factor, they're like, I've been singing since I was in the womb. That's me. I've been sussing out stuff and doing clues and scheming since I was in the womb.
That's a lot of different points going on there at once.
The X Factor. I've been sussing and scheming since the womb. Why did I say that?
But also, you started by saying, I love games. I've played a lot of games. And then you cut to, I've been sussing and scheming since the womb.
Oh my gosh, I need everyone listening to this to erase that from their memory because that is crazy.
How many different points at once?
Also, I said, I'm literally, how many bullet points did I say? I said I'm a great liar, which I actually don't think I am.
I will say you're actually not a very good liar.
I'm not a very good liar.
Quite a nice quality about you.
I get a bit flustered when
You get a bit giggly when you have to lie.
I get flustered and giggly when I have to lie. So I don't know that that's true, but I feel like you have to say you're a good liar.
Yeah.
Although maybe the smart pivot would be I would be an amazing faithful.
Maybe everyone auditions to be a traitor, but you pitch yourself as a faithful. Maybe that's the move.
But when you've been scheming and
since the womb,
unfortunately, you have to go for a traitor.
What did you say earlier? You're a sus sis or something?
Sussing out stuff and doing clues and scheming since I was in the womb.
Sussing out stuff and doing clues.
Me in the womb.
Doing clues.
What does that mean?
I love to do a clue.
Oh, that is so funny.
And I would just love to be part of this game. I think I would bring good energy.
I
would bring game plans. I think I would be good TV.
All right. Humble as well, I would say. Humble queen.
I would be good.
I think I'd be good TV. Have you seen the Grease? Have you seen the surgeon's smock? Need I say more?
I think that's a fair point. I think you've got to
absolutely.
say that you're gonna be good telly, even if you get on there and you're crap.
Yeah, you've got to back yourself.
To back yourself.
Definitely.
I think the people they would pick though wouldn't come out and say, "I think I'd be good TV." Like, can you
Maybe
imagine
not.
Lisa in her application video going, "I think I'd be good TV"? I feel this is too. It's too forceful.
Armani might have said that.
That's true.
But you can only have a few of those personalities.
Unfortunately, she took my spot.
And I would love to meet Claudia Winkleman, of course. So yeah.
Well,
I think I sound like Claudia Winkleman there when I go, of course.
you do a bit. I mean, like, as pitches go, I'd like to meet Claudia Winkleman. And we'd all like to meet Claudia Winkleman.
To meet Claudia Winkleman.
I'd love to be on the show. I'm very passionate about meeting Claudia Winkleman.
Who wouldn't want to meet Claudia Winkleman though?
Well, yes, but
with
it's
her
almost not
wonderful
worth
outfits.
saying.
Please get back to me.
Oh my
Give
God.
me a shot to do the bird calling sounds in the house.
Oh my goodness.
I would love.
To do the bird calling sounds in the house.
It's a bit manic, isn't it? What am I talking about?
Listen, I've been doing clues since the womb, and I love doing the bird calls in the house.
I sent this in. This was my final draft.
How many takes?
It also just ends.
It does
It just ends. I don't say anything.
What's that exact phrase used at the end about bird calling?
I'd like to.
Give me a shot to do the bird calling sounds in the house, because I would
Do the bird calling sounds in the house.
And then it just cuts off.
in the house, because I would love.
Because I think, here's the thing. I know why it cuts out. So there was a time limit. You could only submit a video that was under, how long was that? Like a minute and 20 or something. I needed to cut it down. So I just thought, instead of re-recording, why mess with greatness? I thought, instead of re-recording, I'll just cut the end off. So I just cut the end of me talking off.
Well, leave the people wanting more. That's good telling. I will say, first of all, credit to Hannah, being able to laugh at yourself. That's a lovely quality.
Thank
That's something
you.
I admire in you. I think it's very sweet that you can laugh at yourself. So thank you for gifting us this to laugh at. Second of all, I don't know how you didn't get on. I don't know how you didn't get on, darling.
I'm still waiting for the call. I have actually just seen someone sent it to me saying that applications for next series of The Traitors have just come out. So I don't think there's any need to do a re-record.
If it ain't broke.
I think I'll be sending this and I'll be doing the bird calling in the house.
The bird calling in the house. I'd love to be on The Traitors. Do you think, we've talked about this before, do you think they'd have us? Or do you think... Well, I don't think they'd have us anyway because we both do social media. But I think now also that we have a Traitors mini-series, they would definitely not want us on.
Yeah, I 100% think we've completely... Do you know what? I went on a run the other day and I was listening to our podcast on the run and I was thinking, we will never be on that show now.
No.
Like we have shot ourselves in the foot.
In the arse. Unless we managed to become so insanely famous that we could get on the celeb... Because apparently the people on the celeb one, Courtney Cox...
No.
This is rumoured. Courtney Cox.
On the UK celeb Traitors?
Yeah, they're going actual celeb. You know how on most reality shows they do a celebrity one and it's like, this man once watched a TV show for 5 minutes. And you're like, does that count as a celebrity?
On the US one, didn't they have Zac Efron's brother or cousin?
Yeah, they did.
And it's like, this guy has never been in any sort of media before. How did he get the call?
Yeah, so with the UK one, apparently they're going actual big name celeb. I think Alan Carr maybe is going in.
That is so fun. We love... One thing you can say about me and Benedict, and dear God, I hope he's never cancelled, is we love Alan Carr. Alan Carr adds something to any program he is on. He is so... Interior Design Masters.
With Alan Carr. He earns the with.
He earns the with. I think he is such a special gem. I think he is a rare and special gem who is just... Oh, I love him.
Yeah, we've lost so many TV and British icons to doing crimes and being evil. But, you know, Graham Norton and Alan Carr, they're basically the only ones we got left, and Harry Hill, and they've just got the entertainment industry on their shoulders.
They do.
If you had your chance again, and you do have the chance this year, what would you do differently in your Traitors audition tape, Hannah?
Maybe I'd pivot to I'd say, if you ever got... I changed my email, so it's coming from a different account.
Yes.
And I would say... Maybe I would be a great faithful.
Yes.
And maybe, because I feel like most people who apply, the fun and the joy and also the screen time is in being a traitor.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people pitch themselves as wanting to be a traitor. And so maybe I think I would give an example of a time that I was a good teammate. No, that's boring. I don't know.
But they kind of want, not to use the word boring, but they do want like
every day.
Wholesome, non-traitory, non-loud people.
Yeah.
You know, you need the people who are going to make it to the final.
But
the ones who shrink into the back, you know.
But I don't know that I fit that mold. I'm not necessarily a quiet person.
I've got something for you, Hannah, a little treat. Can you pass me the iPad? Alexander from The Traitors, the People's Princess, everyone's new favourite member of the show. His Hinge has come out. Someone found his Hinge. And I want to give credit to a TikToker called Cole Motion, who uploaded some screenshots. I don't know if they found it, but that's where I saw it. So I want to give you some info from his Hinge.
Tell me.
And see what you think. So he's done 2 truths and a lie.
Oh.
Here are the 3 things. Number 1, I was 3rd in the world at under 18 conkers.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was going to say I was 3rd on a TV show and I was going to be like,
oh my God, the spoilers.
Spoiler.
Do you think he could be 3rd in the world at under 18 conkers?
Is there under 18 conkers?
Well, I don't know, but I think if there was, he could be.
I think he'd be in it. So go to number 2.
Number 2, I've lived in Palestine, Pakistan, and Nigeria.
That's definitely true.
Yes, unless it's going to be like, it wasn't actually Nigeria, it was Uganda. Like one of them is a bit wrong. And the 3rd one, I am the secret garden party pun champion.
Okay, then number 1 is not true.
The conkers one.
Do we know?
He doesn't reveal. I think you have to message him. It's a good prompt.
I'll message him.
He's also got some personal information here. How old do you think he is?
34 or 36?
You think 34. He's 39. He's youthful.
Wow.
For his age. How tall do you think he is?
He's quite short.
He's made comments in the show about being a short king.
How tall are you? 5'4"? 5'6"?
He's 5'8".
Okay.
Not that short.
He's also probably rounded up, let's be honest.
Well, maybe, yeah, that is the dating app mood. His location is London.
Yeah.
He went to the University of...
Okay. I was going to say in Oxford, Cambridge, because he seems super smart. University of Lancaster?
Where are you pulling that from?
Well, I'm trying to think which one's a uni ofs. York? No. It's going to be... He's... What's the one that the people who don't get into Oxford or Cambridge go to?
Durham.
It's
the University of Oxford.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me when I said Oxford or Cambridge?
Because you talked yourself out of it.
Sorry.
It's Oxford.
Because I would say...
He's the most University of Oxford
No,
man
I know,
in the world.
but I wouldn't call it University of. I would say he went to what university?
Well, it's written here as University of Oxford.
I've never heard it referred to like that. I would say it's Oxford University.
Right, well, let's contact Hinge support if you're there. Fix this.
Of course he went to Oxford. I feel so annoyed. Keep in the part of the clip where I said he went to Oxford and cut all that other crap out.
It'll just be you going, he could have gone to Oxford, and then it'll be me going, it was Oxford. My simple pleasures, and this is the simple pleasures he enjoys.
Oh, can I guess?
Yes.
Hiking?
Nope.
Rowing?
Nope.
Gardening?
No, and that's 3. He says...
Cooking. He loves to cook.
Food is mentioned. He says, he's got 3 things. He says, I enjoy foreign supermarkets.
Okay.
There is something fun about going to a supermarket on holiday. He also enjoys the graphic that pops up when my email is empty.
Oh, I wasn't going to guess that, was I?
No, but we love that. You know, we love clearing out the inbox.
What, the little paperclip that jumps?
Clippy?
Clippy?
Well, no, I think he just likes having an empty inbox.
Oh, okay.
And finally, buying fruit I've never seen before. That's a very well-travelled man thing to say.
That is, yeah.
Okay, his next prompt is, I bet you can't...
Guess the name of my dog. Is it?
No, not bad.
I bet he can speak.
You were like an anime character.
Because I really want to get it right. Is it? I think he speaks another language, so I think it's. I guess you can't. No, but when I started saying name, you were like, your eyes were lit up like fires. I guess you can't.
I bet you can't.
Oh, I guess you can't. I don't know. I'm not going to get...
I bet you can't beat me in a dancing competition. And then he says, prove me wrong.
Oh.
I can see him being a dancer, having some moves. He's just a silly little guy.
Yin is singing.
Yeah. Are you faithful or are you dancer? So there we go. That's Alex's Hinge profile. I really hope he doesn't mind us sharing that. I know people can be a little bit sensitive about that. I don't know. If Alexander, if you reach out to us and want us to cut that out, we will. But
we will absolutely will.
But, ultimately, we're doing this from a place of pure love because we think you are a great guy and great TV.
And also a place of romance for me. I will, as soon as we've ended this, I'll be looking for him on Hinge.
Before we wrap it up, we're going into the final week of the Traitors. Any predictions for this crazy couple of days?
Here are my Traitors' final predictions. I think Charlotte is going to make it to the final.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte is possibly going to win the money.
Yep.
I think that Freddie will be the one who gets the special power to do something in the game.
Yes.
I don't know how. It's just a guess.
I agree. I don't think Mina's going to make it to the final.
I think Mina's name is on the chopping block. Not Wednesday, but Thursday.
Yes, and I also think Charlotte will orchestrate that.
Yes.
Maybe not be the full guiding hand, but I think once the wave starts turning against Mina, she's already kind of doing it.
Yeah.
Charlotte will fully snake Mina, and I think Mina will be quite hurt by it.
I agree.
Some people have said that the power is going to be the power to be the seer, not the one who swings from the chandelier.
I love her.
With the fringe, but the seer, Seer, which is from the game Werewolf, because apparently there was some clue in the preview. Claudia touched a book that said seer. And the seer, I believe, is allowed to pick a person in the group, and then they will be told if that person is a traitor or a faithful, and then they can do with that information what they wish. Now, yeah, I weirdly agree. I weirdly think it's going to be Freddie.
I think it's going to be
I don't know
Fred.
how they'll pick, but it'll be interesting because I guess even if you pick someone and find out they're faithful, that's really useful when there's only like 5 of you, right? I'd kind of like someone to pick Alexander, find out he's faithful, and then that protects Alexander.
I don't think Frankie's getting to the final either, but I really like her.
She was so close to going before.
Anyway, we will see you on the ultimate final end week of the Traitors. We've got 3 episodes left. We can't wait. We will be back in your inboxes. Where does it come to, a podcast? Your phones? Your pop-ups?
Her stalk brings it to everyone. Also, I want to reiterate that this is a normal podcast outside of Traitors season, and we will keep doing episodes, even possibly about other reality shows in the future. So
lock in.
If you haven't already, follow the show. I assume you have. But anyway, thank you so much for listening, especially if you listen to this bonus episode. That's very kind of you, and have a wonderful week.
Have a wonderful week. Sorry, I was going to
Hannah put a finger up as if to say, I've got a real bombshell to end the episode with, and then just said, have a wonderful week.
I wanted to do a callback to my video, and I just couldn't really remember any lines or fit it in like a good way about solving clues. Or then I did the bird call sounds, and I just thought, do you know what? I've got nothing.
Thank you for listening. We've been doing podcast since the womb.
Oh, very nice.
There we go.
Cool. Me in the house.
High five.
Why are we high-fiving?
I don't know.
Bye.
Bye.